America has an issue that it doesn't want to acknowledge. With the numerous cases of unlawful shooting and killing of African American men and women, every major police department is being heavily watched. However, some police departments are finding other methods to target minority communities. The broken windows theory, initially introduced in 1982 by social scientist James Q. Wilson, has been used as a motivation for reforms in criminal policy. The broken windows theory is a criminological theory of the signaling effect of urban disorder on additional crime, meaning that the act of monitoring urban environments to prevent small crimes such as public drinking and vandalism creates an atmosphere of unlawfulness. The interpretation of this theory, however, seems to be very subjective. The broken windows theory has come under major scrutiny in recent years, mainly due to its presence in NYPD policymaking. The slogan, "Stop, Question, and Frisk," has been enforced by the NYPD, where they target areas with broken windows and graffiti. The rules for Stop, Question, and Frisk are based on the decision of U.S. Supreme Court in case of Terry versus Ohio. In this case, the Supreme Court held that the unreasonable searches and seizures are not violated when a police officer stops someone and frisks him without probable cause to arrest. The officer only has to have reasonable suspicion. The slogan, "Stop, Question, and Frisk," is known in other places as the Terry Stop. The problem with the enforcement of this theory in NYPD policies is deciding whether the police officers are actually doing their jobs or racially profiling. The vast majority of people who are being stopped are either African American or Hispanic. In some cases, judges have found that these stops are not based on reasonable suspicion. Whether a person is stopped or not solely relies on the agenda of the officer, who may already have an idea of who he chooses to stop. The broken windows theory is one of the many tools being used to target whatever an urban neighborhood is classified as. Police are supposed to protect individuals and eliminate crime as much as possible, but their powers are being abused and taken advantage of by a theory that was already controversial to begin with. Residents in these neighborhoods that are being targeted don't feel as if they're being protected at all. They worry constantly in their own communities if they will be harassed and unnecessarily interrogated. I chose to interview a student, Justin Cheeks, in regards to the broken windows theory. I quickly learned that he had experienced some of the same effects of the broken windows theory in his own neighborhood. When asked, "How would you feel if you were randomly stopped and frisked because you looked suspicious?" Cheeks had this to say.
Based on prior situations, I'd feel like I'm targeted. I try to take the best route and think positive and just think that this is a routine thing and take the best approach.
Just because of the location of where someone lives, they shouldn't have to relinquish their rights of the Sixth Amendment. If policies like this continue, the premise for targeting people who live in a certain area will be justified by the American government, overlooking their individual human rights.